Hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined it.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Hurry up. Three down. Odd. Watch Mike. He likes to get those jump balls.
Hey, 88. Easy. 319.
Adams, the man in motion, left.
Tighten up.
Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
You got him. You got him. 98. 98's the mic. Hey, let's get
Over. 319.
On second down, here's Rodgers. He finds an opening past the 40. The left side throw complete to Adams. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo!
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. And they've got it here with a first down.
Hey, we got tight left.
26. Blue 58.
Check 52.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. To throw is Rodgers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Hayward. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Hey, 50.
Slam.
A play fake to Montgomery. Now Rodgers lets it go for Nelson. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And give him a gain of 37. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Adams, the man in motion, left. They'll run with Montgomery. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Man left. Three down.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Touchdown, Packers. Jordy Nelson from 6 yards away. And the Packers have taken the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Fielded about a yard deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Roethlisberger over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
49, check 49, check 49. Last stop.
Kings, Kings.
Last stop.
Alert, alert.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's brought down. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
Easy, easy.
Rush in, rush in,
Set.
rush in.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
These two.
Shift.
Set. Blue 30.
Check three.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4.
Kill.
Set. Corner.
Check it out.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Steps away to his left. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Watch tight end.
Double.
3 down. Hey, check.
Here we
3
go.
down.
Blue 30.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd.
Set.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Roethlisberger will throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Set.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now Bell hit. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right.
No. Box it, box it, box it, box it.
Check me out, check me out. We
Line
three now. We gotta stand up
over.
Switch, switch, switch.
Scat 300. Scat 300.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Over. 319. 319.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Room to run inside the 40. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
Hurry up.
Watch the whip.
319.
Showing up.
On first down, Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Relax. 319. Check 30.
He's coming. We got double up.
Blue 50. Team right.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Scat. Zoom.
Watch that.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
319. Hey, zoom.
Check. Watch twist.
Rodgers will try again on second down. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with two straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
319.
Hey, boys, we got four.
Over. Easy. All right.
Watch out.
Easy.
Switch.
Rodgers again now.
Under 10.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And tough starting field position here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. And not great starting field position here for the offense.
Strong right.
Set.
All right, D.
Step
All
out.
right, D.
Shift. Jack 16.
Move.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense.
Set. Watch them stings. Big.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Man open left side is Brown. And all the way to the opposite 45. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Throwing is Rodgers. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down. Second and 5. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
319.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary.
Let's go.
Check!
Working from the gun. Rodgers. Caught by Nelson left side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Check! 98's the mic.
26. Kelly.
Watch the curl. Check 43.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot.
Shit.
They go play action for Montgomery, and now Rodgers. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 35. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
Tight ends on the loosey.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Check 9. Watch 98. 98's the mic. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get this. Big edge.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
No. 39 left.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Zoom.
Hey, switch gears.
Hey, 50.
And the wideout in motion.
Off.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down.
Motion!
Flushed out right. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. 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 Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.
Watch tight end. Tight right.
Tight end. 319.
3 down.
319.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalposts, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front seven. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. Fielded about a yard deep. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Well, he's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
To throw here, Roethlisberger goes underneath for Bell. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up second down.
Alert, 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 alert. Check three. Let's go now.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's Roethlisberger. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the
thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And some room to maneuver. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4.
Focus. Crunch.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Set. Black 20.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And now it's third down. And the Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. This is Bell on the dump off. And shutting him off, now open field. The 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, 73 yards. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point now by Boswell. It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Oh, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
Rodgers handing to Montgomery. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Rodgers to throw on second down. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to face a third down.
Here we go, Steelers! Here we go! Here we go, Steelers! Here we go! Here we go, Steelers! Here we go!
Single. I got a single in the slot.
630. Hey, Lex. No. 26. Go. 18. Hey,
Double tight.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. It's caught. Nelson. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
Check. Fresno. Yeah, baby.
Red zone opportunity.
Hey, 88.
A toss play to Montgomery. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line. And this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll send the tight end Bennett in motion. On second down, Montgomery. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Easy. Box it.
Deuce.
Quick. Shift.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Crosby puts it through, and that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Hey,
No
we got
spacing.
3. We got 3. 3 down.
Corner.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger.
Shift. Watch the shift.
Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now it's Roethlisberger. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Now Roethlisberger.
Yeah, baby.
A swing pass caught. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, 31 yards. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. And the lead will shrink to 6. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
2 tights.
27. 319.
We got 3.
Rodgers going to give this one to Montgomery, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 6 yards here to go for the offense on second down.
Double tight, guys. Double tight.
Over.
3 down.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
319. 319. Zoom. 319. 319. Get reset. 319. Say Mike. 319. 319. Get reset. Easy.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So barring something extraordinary, something crazy here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Brandon, this will be a great win for them. The better team's going to win this game, no question about it.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. 2 teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Wilson Seahawks going up against Roethlisberger Steelers.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Here we go from Heinz Field as Chris Boswell tees it up and boots it away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Tight. Green 80.
3 down.
Hey, 19.
First carry for Thomas Rawls. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
What are you doing?
I'll go special.
On second down, Wilson. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. Third down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
On third down, Wilson. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A Seahawk first down. Wilson to his big target, Graham. First down, this is Rawls. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
And Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 56 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Here's Walsh now to kick this one off.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. James has got it. Complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On second down, Roethlisberger.
Yeah, that was a safe.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Wilson going to give to Rawls. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain. That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a fourth down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down. Fourth down, here's Wilson. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. They'll get 16 yards there. And the Seahawks are going to have a first down.
Hey, big drive right here.
Check 6 guy.
Tempo.
Wilson to give to Rawls. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Every year I go to the combine, I marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
A swing pass caught. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Watch tight end, watch tight end.
Big jumbo,
Tight right,
big
tight
jumbo,
right.
big jumbo. 18.
3 down.
They'll try to run with Rawls. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Run to the ball. Fly to the ball. Run, run. Boom. Bus stop.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Following the penalty, it's Rawls. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight
19.
On second down, here's Wilson. Being chased out left. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. So on 4th down, Pete Carroll's going to call out his field goal unit. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So it's an old-school extra point, but certainly a disappointment that they couldn't get 6.
Yeah, when you see 19-yard field goal in the box score, you kind of shake your head. But their head coach decided 3 was enough.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And Bryant's got it over the middle. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
They're coming.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish.
Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, 47 yards. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
14, front it. Tight end left, tight end left. Hey, you got 3 down. Watch 98, watch 98. 98's the mic.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8.
You got tight left.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Oh, yeah!
They run with a power back, Rawls. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. And fans, a quick reminder from the NFL, after nearly a decade of working together in the fight against breast cancer, this year the NFL and the American Cancer Society, they're broadening the scope of their efforts to tackle multiple types of cancer. And you can learn more about the expanded Crucial Catch initiative and access the Defender, a new digital tool that provides personalized tips on reducing your cancer risk at NFL.com/crucial catch.
And I applaud the NFL for broadening its scope here because cancer affects us all in many different ways, and now everyone will have the ones that they can focus on and be able to support.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. A swing pass caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Antonio Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. And this one through the uprights and good. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL, I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. To throw is Wilson, and this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Easy.
So the D-line's going to spread out.
We got three, fellas.
Wilson.
36.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Wilson will throw again. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Check 50, check 50.
Now Wilson on second down. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on first and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at third and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down and distance sequence. Now he's got to backtrack a little bit and go maybe off his play sheet to try and dial something up here.
Here's Wilson to throw. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Joe Hayden, with it. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from.
And he coughed it up, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Watch tight. Tight ends right.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards.
19.
A 10th carry for Thomas Rawls. Open space inside the 10. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Back to the ground on first. Again, it's Rawls. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Thomas Rawls, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And the Steelers set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Well, let's take a quick pan across the league and talk about, we've got 3 0-5 teams still in the NFL. 2 that you might expect, Browns and 49ers, but the Giants sitting at 0-5.
Yeah, I don't know how many people would have had that in the preseason. If so, we need to hang out with them because they know what they're doing, right? But here's the thing. San Francisco this week, I believe, goes to Washington.
Yep.
All right, Cleveland, who do they take on this week?
They take on the Texans in Houston.
In Houston. And the Giants, do they go on the road to Denver?
Yes.
So all 3 on paper are going to get to 0-6. I'm going to make a prediction. One of those 3 is going to end their skid. And I'm going to tell you who it is.
Who?
Cleveland is going to get it done.
Hot take Central.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on 4th.
Here we go. 180. 4 down.
They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A pickup there of 37. And it'll give the Steelers a first down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets it down to the 32. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
He's going deep for Brown. And, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now it's Wilson. That's complete. It's Rawls. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard at the 23. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a second down. Out of the pistol, it's Rawls. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll hand to Rawls. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards.
One tight end.
Spot that.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Baldwin. First down, Seahawks. Wilson to Baldwin. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
They give it to Rawls. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up.
The busy afternoon continues for Rawls. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up in the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance.
95.
Got 3 down.
On the ground, Rawls. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Watch 98. 98's the mic.
Again, it's Rawls. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
Five down. Stand up in.
95. 14.
Watch out.
Rolls. And he is going to lose yardage here. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So a big spot forthcoming for the kicker, Blair Walsh. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Now after the made field goal, Walsh back out to kick it away. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play. Big Ben has the knowledge, certainly the weapons to pull this off. And we know he's done it many times in the past.
And that transmits itself to the rest of the offensive unit because these guys know that with Big Ben leading them, they've got a lot of confidence they can get it done. It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball, so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is right.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. A running play for Rawls. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be 2 quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Roethlisberger's Steelers going up against Smith's Chiefs.
Larry, as always, it is a frenzied atmosphere inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Tight is Ringo. Tight is on the Ringo. Tight is on the Ringo.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And he's going to be marked down deep into Kansas City territory. A gain of 32 that time. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Roethlisberger will throw. A screen to Bell. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. Very tough spot here for the offense to start.
They can't hang with us.
From the end zone, Smith. And his first look is incomplete.
Crab. Hot. Watch, Tiger. 50.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down. On fourth down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. It's taken to the 26. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do.
Sacks,
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bell. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Fresh set of downs here.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Set! Black 80!
Well, look at this, a tight end carry. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on 3rd down.
Pass situation.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. As we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Butker now to kick this one away. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6, we'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bryant. And he's going to be marked down deep into Kansas City territory. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Trying to defend a drag route is really tough because you don't want to jump a route that's shorter or underneath as the drag route is too quickly, because oftentimes they want to run that route and then hit over the top of you for bigger yardage. So if you can chip off the timing of the receiver off the line of scrimmage so he can't actually get into the route, that's the best way to defend it. But there was no possibility of that on that play. End result, the receiver won in a big way.
Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And James has it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
This is why I've never been a big fan of trying to get too cute down here by the goal line. For every one time something like this works, it seems like it blows.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown from 6 yards away. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, let's see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. What a start for an NFL career for Kareem Hunt. NFL Offensive Rookie of the Month that he already has. Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Woo! Let's get it.
Double.
No. Off.
Shift together here from the D-line.
Check 26.
Here we go.
Mike 56.
Like 80.
Mike 56.
Get him out. Hey. All right, here we go.
In motion right is Bryant. Now a first down carry by Bell. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Talking about nice hit, boy. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
No spacing. Here we go.
3 down.
Slot man moves right. On second down, it's Bell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Here we go. Watch 7.
Set. White 80.
The slot man in motion right. Here's Roethlisberger. Goes underneath for Bell. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Watch the twist.
Middle.
Check. Fresno.
Set. Block 80.
56. Mike, 56. Right
Now
there,
they send a man in motion right. They'll try again with Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt, and he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
3 down.
The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB.
We got right.
Regular. Hey, slot.
Out.
Great 15. Regular.
Deuce.
From the gun, here's Smith. Flush to his right.
Alert 3.
And a sideline pass. That's caught by Thomas. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Here's Smith. He sets to fire deep. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Kill. Here we go.
Slot man moves right. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Bryant the man in motion right. They'll go again with Bell. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Big. Hey, we got 3 down. Safe.
The slot man in motion right. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Going for the deep ball. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through him. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. On first down, Smith. Forced out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Well, partner, one story that certainly caught NFL attention from this last week. Peyton Manning having the statue unveiled in Indianapolis for the years he spent there from 98 to 2011.
How about those years? When you talk about glory years, That's exactly what they were in Indianapolis with Peyton Manning as their starting quarterback. A couple of Super Bowl appearances, one victory, but so many records, so many MVP.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. They go play action to Hunt. Now Smith. And he's going to go down again. Javon Hargrave. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a fourth down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion, give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Again, it's Bell. And an alley to run. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Here we go. Blue 30.
Hey. We got 3. We got
Easy,
3.
easy.
3 down. Check 50.
These
Check
two.
50.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 30 yards there. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Tight end's Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo.
50. Here we go.
We got 3.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun.
Double up.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Watch the edge.
Corner. Here we go.
Hey, check
Black
24.
80.
Check 24.
Monday.
Watch the safety creep.
Here we go. White 80.
On second down, Roethlisberger. Past the 20. Over the middle, complete. It's Bryant. Give him 30 yards there. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
98's the mic. Set.
3 down.
Black
3 down.
30.
Slot man moves right. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Motion.
Here we go.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
We're back now in KC. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
All right, now. Black 80.
Odd.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion
Wise
left.
motion. Wise motion.
No
Hey,
spacing.
alert three. Alert three.
Set.
56 to
Wide
And they'll
Mike.
put Bryant in
Check
motion
56.
left. Time running out here on the play clock. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's going to go backward.
Motion, motion.
They get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Set.
Three down. Check.
Now receiver in motion left. Now they'll try the sweep with Bell. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
56. Mike's 56.
Focus.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Set. Like 20.
That's baby shot.
On third and goal, Roethlisberger. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Caught, Kelsey, left side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Single.
And they're going to go soft on the corners.
98 to Mike.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with third and just a yard.
Kill.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. There'll be some contact going on.
Smith unable to locate Wilson. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
4 down.
On 1st and 10, Smith escaping the pressure right. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Now it's Smith, eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. Third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And Wilson has it. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. 32 yards.
And they pick up the first down on a 4th down play. I don't know if the defense relaxed because they thought maybe they'd stopped him on 3rd down or if they just didn't protect the sticks very well. But, boy, that's a big-time pickup right there.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Hey, slot.
Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
I'm coming. I'm coming. Set.
To throw on second down is Smith. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll lead here to a third down. The Chiefs on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Set. Wide 80. Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
Back to throw. And it's caught. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads him into the end zone.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And now a critical extra point attempt here. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
It got his man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 39 that time. Throwing now is Roethlisberger. And this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A gain of 32 that time.
56 is the mic. 56 is the mic.
Check pass, check pass.
Alert, alert.
Bang, bang,
Set.
bang,
Blue
bang.
30.
Bang, bang.
These two. Left, left, left.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Set. Like 80. Easy, easy.
49, check 49, check 49.
Now they'll empty out the backfield.
Hatch it, hatch it.
Now they send a running back in motion right.
Rush in, rush in. Hey, hey, hey. You got to get moving.
And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points.